Rise and Shout. It's time for What's Trending. Cougars are in week 2 of spring ball, getting ready for their first foray into the big leagues of Power 5 football. Certainly the Cougars have paved a path to this point that's been unique as an independent, more prepared than some of the other expansion candidates, having played tougher schedules despite me not liking it a couple years ago. But when, hey, you're headed for the Big 12, that makes sense. So, Dave, which football position groups are Big 12 ready in your mind right now?
Been to practice a few times and watched them. And, of course, a lot of the guys are sitting out that will be impact players in the fall because of injuries from last season. But I'm going to stick with the running theme of there's only one guy out there that has 34 starts against P5 opponents, and that's Keaton Slovis. So I'm gonna just throw the quarterback situation in there now. Cade Fennegan has got a lot of inexperience coming from Boise State, and you got Jake Retzlaff from junior college. So after Slovis, there are question marks. But when you got a guy who's been there and done that, I think he as a whole makes that position group very important. And think about it, BYU's always had to have their quarterback stay healthy, or there's a significant drop-off, with the exception of when Baylor Romney was hanging out on the sideline to back up Jaron Hall. But I think it's the quarterbacks. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Keaton certainly is. Yeah, nobody else with D1 real experience behind him, right? The wide receivers and tight ends feel like a pretty good group. Yeah. I like the starters. You know, you got the big three at receivers for BYU, and Keanu Hill and Chase Roberts, Cody Epps, and then Isaac Rex. And then you like some of the young talent behind him, especially at tight end. There's some exciting guys like Jackson Bowers coming in. Right. Top 300 ESPN guy, always like that. Offensive line, though, to me feels like it is ready to go, and especially because the last couple of years, BYU's been churning out ballers. Think about it. Kingsley Suamataia is going to be a top 3-round pick probably in the 24 or 25 draft. That means BYU's left tackle will have been drafted, 3 dudes in a row. Yeah. Not years, but dudes. And then if Keaton Slovis is as good as we're hoping he is, and he gets drafted, and Jaron gets drafted, that'd be 3 quarterbacks. If you could pick 1 and 2 positions, I would argue those are the top 2 that you would want. So that's awesome. Let's break down the offensive line a little bit more. So Kingsley, amazing. He's going to play left tackle in Sharpie. Put it in there. Right tackle is going to be an interesting battle. Ian Fitzgerald comes over from Missouri State. They really like him with that experience. Missouri State almost beat Arkansas, by the way, which is what BYU didn't do in Provo. Right. Braden Keim has been waiting his time, another 6'8" guy. That's what you do at right tackle, apparently, at BYU. Got to be 6'8". And then Lisala Tai could be there as well. On the interior, PFF's #1 pass block graded center in the country was Connor Pay last year at 91.4. He could be the center, or Paul Miley, and Pay plays guard.
I asked Connor that Friday after practice.
Yeah, what did he say?
He's good either way.
Yeah.
He just wants to play.
Okay.
And one thing he said is, as you mentioned the size, he goes, we're all big now. We have inexperience, yes, but the inexperience comes with giant size. Remember, a few years ago, we didn't have experience or size. But now the rebuild, this is old. This is Kalani Sitake, BYU football, Lavelle Edwards era guys, where you send up monsters to pass protect or open run lanes. And Connor believes that this group is capable of doing what last year's group did, which was a very good offensive line, especially when it came to protecting the quarterback.
I would argue, and it was one of BYU's greatest offensive line ever. We're going to look back and see that there were 3 or 4 NFL guys on that line. You could argue some of those 80s offensive lines were the best ever, but in the PFF era, this is the best BYU offensive line we'd ever seen. So other guys in the mix, Waylon Lapua, who comes from Utah State, he could be one of the starting guards as well. Peter Falanaiku, Vaiso Ifua. So I like this group and the development of, hey, we've got to give ourselves a chance here, not only pass blocking, but in the run game. Last year, I think the run blocking grade was number 12 in the country. The running backs weren't gaining extra yards. Yeah. They were, I was told by, one person on the team, we typically ran for the yards that it was blocked, as opposed to what Tyler was doing, which was if it was blocked for 6, he was getting 12 and sometimes 50, right?
And that's an interesting perspective, because you look at the Notre Dame game, you just need 1 yard. Just can't get the 1 yard. Well, the offensive line can't block. Well, it's so much to do with who's carrying the football. Algier or Tyson Williams or Jamal Williams. Those guys go, hey, I need a yard. I'm going to get you a yard and an inch. If that's all I get, I'm getting you the first down.
At least that.
At least that. And so a lot of heat went on the offensive line. But you know they were good because the quarterback was rarely touched all season. And so I think the addition of Aiden Robbins and and Martin, the Martin kid coming in as a freshman, and Rapati and those guys have an opportunity to make the line look a lot better.
Yes.
Just by hitting holes.
Yes. Now, offensively, we focused on those position groups. Defensively, D-line certainly needs to be upgraded. Excited about some of the additions. Isaiah Abanya and Jackson Cravens and others. Tyler Batty continues to develop and so on and so forth. You get more. Atunaisa Mahe this year, kind of banged up last year. Linebackers, obviously, you like Ben Bywater and Max Tooley. Can Chaz Ayu be healthy? Who else is in the mix there?
And we playing 2 linebackers? Are we playing 3? Are we playing 4?
I'd imagine there'll be a lot of nickel, a 4-2-5
right.
with the Big 12.
And if that's the case, then Bywater and Tooley put them in great position, and then you work the backups, right? If you're just going to start 2, then you're like, okay, I like that spot. But if you're going to start 3,
week to week on what teams show. If you're playing Oklahoma, you're going to be in a nickel a lot. They're going to spread you out, right?
Yeah.
But if they're going to throw in 12 and 22 personnel with tight ends or running back, you gotta load up with backers. So I do like BYU's starting secondary as well. You bring in Eddie Heckard, who I think this guy's going to be a baller. I'm very excited about it. Yeah. Jacob Robinson will play the other corner, and then Malik Moore is back healthy, redshirted after an injury to his hand after 4 games. And then Micah Harper had a really nice season the rest of the way, getting experience at safety. So I like the secondary. You just need a little more in that as well. I've never super been concerned about the starters at BYU. I would like to see more from the D-line specifically. It's kind of the backups because it's football, attrition, inevitability that you need back.
And let's keep an eye on the portal when it opens for football. I think it's May 1st. I think it's 15 days. There's going to be something there.
Yes.
And there's a reason why Kalani Sitake said back in February, hey, I'm saving some scholarships for when the portal opens back up.
Yes.
Just in case there's some guys that fit needs, and you just rolled out some of the needs, there'll be some guys.
Yeah.
And so that's something to watch here coming up.
And we'll see, there are guys that lose position battles and aren't starters that may want to bounce, opening up even more. Who knows? It's just what it is.
And I love those receivers we talked about earlier. Big 12 ready receivers, well, you look at Epps 5'11", then Roberts 6'3", then Hill 6'4", and then Rex 6'6". All right, that's Big 12 size, and we know they're fast. They got good hands, so I think it's going to be exciting. All right, here's.